I said this before, and I need to repeat it. Beware of prophetic movements. What you see now happening is that so many people that claim to follow Christ, they fall from many prophetic movements. Because those prophetic movements have signs and wonders and miracles attached to them. Those prophetic movements tend to get many comforts. But here's the thing. Just because someone converts doesn't mean that they're born again. Someone can convert to Islam, they can convert to Buddhism, they can convert to pagan Christianity, they can convert to some weird Bible doctrine. That doesn't mean they are born again, that they have the Holy Spirit. So just because a movement reaches many people and people are affected by that movement, doesn't mean that movement is from God. That doesn't mean it's from the Holy Spirit. And there are movements that come in the name of Christ, but those movements are powered by demonic spirits. Didn't Christ told us to be watchful so no man would deceive us? I'm telling you, beware of those so-called prophetic movements. And those prophetic movements, I'm not saying that the people that are involved in them mean you harm directly. No. They can be good-hearted people with the heart in the right place, but they're deceived. Those are the type of people demons like to use. Because as a human being, you don't just put people in a negative box. You're not just going to make bad judgments about people, especially not people that are kind-hearted. But demons can use kind-hearted people to deceive you. That's why you look at the bigger picture. Don't just look at the people. Look at the bigger picture of what's happening. Here is why many, I'm not saying all, here's why those prophetic movements, most of them are dangerous. They keep your focus away from Christ. There is one prophetic movement, and that's the movement of the Holy Spirit throughout human history, through the believers, in reaching more people and more people become born again. That's the prophetic movement that's going on. Of course, you can have local projects by believers. Well, that's a small movement locally. However, you also have many movements now that appear to be Christ-centered, but they're the complete opposite. Many of those so-called prophetic movements out there, when you evaluate them carefully, they reach people that are in a desperate need in their lives, and they give people a so-called solution, and those people then become hooked with that movement because of the solution they received. And the movement has role models of people that used to be in a deep mess, and now they are living model lives. And model lives are a type of lives that people in general want. Happy family, healthy children, respected by the community. That's the type of model life worldly people want. And unfortunately, many people don't see through that deception. So those prophetic movements come with so-called testimonies of people that they may have been toxic drug users. Some of them almost died of overdoses, but now they so-called have Jesus, and they're happily married with children, and they have a good paying job. And people cry out and say amen. But what's happening now? That role model is used to attract people. But why are people then attracted to that movement? It's because of Christ? It's because they want to be free? It's because they want to walk in the supernatural? It's because they really have developed a heart for mankind in general? No. They want to be associated with that movement because there are social benefits for them. Because they see how people that were completely messed up are now accepted by society. And they want that acceptance. And that acceptance comes in the name of Christ. So they will take the name of Christ, not because they agree with Christ. They probably don't care about Christ at all. They want the benefits of that movement. You get what I'm saying here? So just because a movement is big and it has a high quantity of numbers doesn't mean it's from Christ. Look at the fruits of the movement. That's what I'm telling you. Sometimes it takes a few months or a year for you to evaluate something. But please, if you get second thoughts about something, evaluate it. What I just explained, the use of role models to attract people, that is a distraction. Those prophetic movements, most of them they keep your focus away from Christ. And they put your focus on the cares of this life. Instead of reminding you to rely on Christ, we will overcome the cares of this life and walk abundantly now. Those prophetic movements say one thing, but they lead you to another. And that is why I'm telling you, those prophetic movements are dangerous. Beware what you get yourself involved with. Just because there are miracles, signs, and wonders happening in the name of Christ doesn't mean that Christ is present with those people. Doesn't mean that Christ backs it up. That's why it's important to learn the difference between the supernatural and the paranormal. Because many think supernatural and paranormal are just two words for the same thing. Absolutely not. There's a big difference between the supernatural and the paranormal. I've spoken about those subjects before. Watch my older videos, the videos I made last year or the year before that. I am telling you, beware of those prophetic movements. And please don't just let any of those so-called prophets lay their hands on you and speak over your life. Don't. You have the Holy Spirit. Decree His word over your life. Walk in victory yourself. And here's the thing, many of those so-called prophets or those prophetic movements, they're warlocks, they're wizards that use paranormal charms to blind the masses. I'm just telling you as it is. Beware of those prophetic movements, especially prophetic movements that aim for some purity of Christianity, of some purity of the gospel. Beware of them. That's it for now. And remember, Satan masquerades as an angel of light. It doesn't come in its ugly form. It comes as an angel of light. And its demonic spirits as ministers of righteousness. That's how they dupe people. Keep your eyes open and be at peace.